The entire Muslim ummah is unanimous in declaring the Qadianis to be outside the fold of Islam due to their sacrilegious beliefs. Yet, the Qadianis insist that despite their corrupted creed, they should be considered Muslims. They use unsubstantiated arguments to assert that in Islam, no one can be declared a disbeliever or kafir. What is interesting, though, is that their own beliefs contradict this assertion. Mirza Qadiani and his followers have indeed declared around 2 billion Muslims of the world as kafirs because they do not consider Mirza to be a prophet of Allah. Tazkirah is a book which the Qadianis believe to be divinely revealed. Mirza Qadiani's verdict is clear. He writes, Allah Ta'ala revealed to me that any individual who receives my message and does not accept it is not a Muslim. He also writes in his book Anjam-e Atam, my adversary is consigned to hellfire. But Mirza Qadiani goes even further, hurling profanities at non-Ahmadis. In Aina-e Kamalat-e Islam, Ruhani Khaza'in, Volume 5, pages 547 to 548, he writes, every Muslim adores my books and benefits from the lessons therein, and affirms and accepts my message, except for the progeny of prostitutes who do not believe in me. Later Qadiani leadership has asserted the same viewpoint to declare anyone who does not accept Mirza Qadiani to be a prophet as a kafir. Mirza Qadiani's elder son, Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud, who remained the spiritual head of the Qadiani Jamaat for 50 years, he writes on page 35 of his book, Aina-e Sadaqat, all Muslims who did not pledge allegiance to Mirza Qadiani, even if they may have never heard his name, are kafir and outside the fold of Islam. That is, according to Mirza Mahmud, just as prayers, fasting, and zakat are obligatory in Islam, and their denial makes one a kafir, likewise, affirming that all Muslims are kafir itself is obligatory, because they do not believe in Mirza's prophethood. To not consider Muslims as disbelievers renders one a disbeliever himself, according to Qadiani belief. Mirza Qadiani's second son, Mirza Bashir Ahmad, further clarifies this creed in his book, Kalimatul Fasl, on page 105. Anyone who believes in Musa alayhi salam but does not believe in Isa alayhi salam, or one who believes in Isa alayhi salam but not in the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, or one who believes in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam but not in the promised Messiah, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, is not only a kafir but a staunch kafir and outside the fold of Islam. This verdict by Mirza Bashir is clear. One who believes in all prophets till the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, follows every injunction of Islam, but does not believe Mirza Qadiani to be a prophet, is a non-Muslim, just as the Jews and the Christians are non-Muslim. It is quite clear from these edicts that the Qadiani Jamaat considers all Muslims worldwide as kafir, as disbelievers, just for the reason that they do not believe in the prophethood of Mirza Qadiani. And it is not just that the Qadianis consider Muslims as kafir, but they also mandate the social ostracization of Muslims. Mirza Bashir Ahmad writes in Kalimatul Fasl, pages 169 to 170, Hazrat Masih Maw'ud Mirza Qadiani has made permissible only those relations with non-Ahmadis that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ allowed with Christians. Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud forbids praying the funeral of even Muslim children. Writing in Anwar-e Khilafat, he writes, just like praying the funeral of a non-Ahmadi is not allowed, likewise praying the funeral of their children is also not allowed, for this is similar to praying the funeral of a Hindu child. This is why Pakistan's first foreign minister, Zafarullah Khan, who was a Qadiani, did not pray the funeral of Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. When asked, he famously stated, "You may consider me the Muslim minister of an infidel government or the infidel minister of a Muslim government." Today, the Qadianis are complaining about being declared non-Muslims, arguing that no one has the right to decide about the faith of anyone. Yet for over 100 years, their own religious leadership has been consistently calling all Muslims as kafir, just for believing in the finality of the prophethood or of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him.